Do you know what your trust level is when it comes to trusting the divine with your life, with your finances, with your career, with your everything? Do you know what your trust level is? Because that's really important to know where your trust level lies when it comes to trusting the divine within you, trusting your true soul essence. We're in a season, humanity is in a season where trust in the divine, trust in your true soul essence, trust in your higher self, which is all the same, is going to really matter. It's going to really matter during this season. There's a lot of things going on in the world, a lot of things happening, and probably a lot of things happening in your personal life as well. There's definitely a lot of things happening in the collective. And it's really important to know what your trust level is. It's important to take personal inventory of how much we trust that inner voice, how much we trust the divine to always have our back, the universe to always have our back, no matter what. We go through lessons in life, and some of these lessons can be really tough. And it helps you learn about yourself more than anything else. That's what lessons are for. They're for you to understand how strong you are or how weak you are, where you need work and where you can say, I did a great job. Lessons are for us to learn, for us to understand where we stand in our evolution. There's going to be times where your career may be tested or it may be on shaky ground. Maybe your money has been tested. And I don't want to really use the word tested because the divine does not test us. These are all lessons, but let me think of a different word for this because test is not an accurate word. When our foundation is shaken, how strong will we stand? That's the better word. When our foundation has been shaken, how strong will we stand? Will we bend with the flow but not break? Or will we break? That's a really good question to ask yourself. And when you're going through lessons, when you're going through trials and difficult times, how do you stand? How do you stand in your trust levels with the divine? That no matter what it looks like on the outside, you know that you have a solid foundation within. You know that you can stand on the foundation of your relationship with the divine. You can stand on knowing that you're hearing your true soul essence clearly. And you can stand on the fact that no matter what it looks like on the outside, you are still solid on the inside because that's what matters when it all comes down to it. That's what matters. How are you on the inside when the outside looks a mess? And every time we go through, having our foundation shaken or having different things shaken in our life, it allows us to see where we need to work on some things and where we know we are standing on solid ground. It's all a self-assessment in our evolution. The whole process of the evolution is self-assessment and then adjust. Self-assessment and then adjust. Learn and then adjust. Grow and then adjust. Self-assessment again and adjust. That is the whole process. As we learn more, as we grow more, we adjust. We adjust to the new things that we've learned. We adjust to the more solid we become, we adjust. That's how it works. It's a really good feeling when your foundation has been shaken and you know that you are standing on solid ground within. That is a really good feeling. And then it's a good feeling also to know where you need to improve. Some areas that, you need to become stronger. You need to be more solid in those areas. But it's all just a learning process. All of it is just a learning process. I am watching a squirrel right now carry around a half of an apple in its mouth, going up the tree with a half of an apple, large apple. He's carrying it all the way up the tree, up a pine tree. That is so sweet. Anyway, I had to share that with you. Um, Remember to always self-assess because that's where we gain our understanding. When you're going through something, even when things are great, self-assess. Are you grateful? Are you being grateful? Being are you giving? Are you thankful? Are you, joyful? Self-assess. And if you're facing something right now that's difficult, if you feel like your foundation is being shaken, if it's being rattled, if it's being rock and rolled, trust. Trust the divine. Trust the universe. Trust your true soul essence to continue to guide you every step of the way. These are all just lessons, and it's a way for us to understand how solid we are on the inside. Because what if the economy collapsed tomorrow? What if everything just completely collapsed? How solid would you be on the inside? Would you be in a panic? Or would you know no matter what it looks like on the outside, you are standing on solid ground? You need to ask yourself those questions now because things are very uncertain on the outside and they are becoming more uncertain every day. For the light workers, the star seeds, the twin flames, anyone that identifies with uh, being a messenger of the divine or one that gives out love and light into the world, what these lessons are like. You know how hardcore they can get, but you walk through them so that you stand on solid ground, so that when something does happen on the outside, you know how to show people how to stand, how to remain solid, how to bend with the flow and not break. So just take some time and think about those things. Do a self-assessment. And if you know there's areas in your life that you could become more solid, work on those areas. Process the things that you're going through. Do the self-assessments. Become solid within your true soul essence. Become one with your true soul essence. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of activation energy.